Yeah, good evening, namaste, and a very warm welcome to all our participants. I am CA Praveena Oswal, and I am truly delighted to be moderating today's thought-provoking session on nurturing connections, building relationships beyond work. यानी कार्य से परे संबंधों को समझना और सहेजना. This webinar is being organized by a newly formed initiative of ICAI, the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance, and is a part of our commitment to support the holistic development of professionals, not just in technical expertise, but in emotional and interpersonal growth as well. The committee is dedicated to enhancing the well-being of ICAI members and students and promoting professional excellence through a healthy balance between work and personal life. Its key focus areas include encouraging personal well-being activities like yoga, art, culture, and meditation, organizing webinars, workshops, wellness programs, and campaigns on health, lifestyle, and emotional intelligence, identifying challenges faced by professionals and addressing them through expert collaborations, creating useful resources, and equipping members with skills for future opportunities. This is a step towards making our profession not just more productive but also more fulfilling. In today's session, we will explore how cultivating genuine relationship with clients, peers, and even within our own teams can greatly enhance both professional impact and personal well-being. So, we'll soon hear from our esteemed speaker, CA Umesh Verma. But before that, let me introduce leaders of this committee. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce an inspiring professional, visionary leader, and a pillar of strength in ICI community, Sri Sridhar Mukpala, sir. The two-term Central Council member of ICAI, CA Sridhar Mukpala represents the Southern constituency and brings with him a wealth of experience in audit, taxation, and corporate finance. He currently serves in several key roles, including chairman of the research committee, convener of Digital Reengineering Directorate, and vice chairman of our committee on promoting work-life balance. Hailing from a humble farming background, his academic journey has been extraordinary, securing All India rank in CA Intermediate and earning accolades such as Leadership Award and Times Education Icon Award for his contribution to education. He is also a powerful orator and a dedicated educator and committed social contributor. We are honored to have him with us today. I now request CA Sridhar Mukpala sir, Vice Chairman of the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance, to kindly share his remarks and guide us with his insights. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Praveena. Good evening, all the participants and our speaker for today, Umesh ji. Really appreciate for taking out your time for this session. So today's topic, building relationship beyond work. So let me share the participant. This is the first year we have this work-life balancing committee. So in the very first meeting, it took a lot of time for us to analyze what exactly the members are doing, what gaps are there in the work-life balance, so where to start with. So it is as good as a new thing we form. But let me share in the past 3 months after this committee was formed, we have several requests from all the branches that they want to do a lot of activities on this committee. In fact, they were asking for CPRs. So we never expected such a vibrant participation. And then we understood why there is a need of an art today. So when it comes to topic today, building relationship beyond work. So today, all of us, because of the technology availability, because of the IQ enhancement, we have been handled. So in this process, the relationship factors during the work or beyond the work are getting impacted. No doubt, each one of us are realizing, but it takes its own time. But if the day one itself, we have such a good relationship, it can change. I always recollect the advertisement of an idea. One idea can change your life. But where will this idea generates? Idea doesn't generate during the process. It generates only when during our interaction with the people. I recollect during my initial professional days. So one of my senior was resigned. So I was very curious that he's managing the entire firm, everything, without whom nothing is possible. Why is he resigning? What is his intention? So one evening he asked me, let's go for a tea. So when we went for a tea, so I was trying to understand the reasons and everything. But I still remember that one quote which he told. Either you should be clear whether you want to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond. That's where your entire life journey starts. So that's what is called the relationships and ideas, what you have it. So no doubt we can't take out a specific time, today being the social era, we interacted. But I'm saying the interaction with the people during your workforce can change a lot of things. We always say, when we don't get a solution, the best thing is give a break. A small breaks can lead to a lot of interaction. And today we have with our esteemed speaker, Umesh. I know that his experience is bought in and a lot of interactions can take place. But one suggestion I would like to give to all participants is, when we make any recipe, we cannot overdose one item and reduce other. Same is a life. It should be all aspects. So many of us think work disturbs the routine, but work actually gives us a lot of memories. It helps us to interact. It gives us challenge. The confidence when we overcome that, it actually gives us the satisfactory approach. So therefore, let's take things on a more positive manner. It's all about an experience and a journey, and make sure that all aspects in your life, whether it's a family relationship, a personal relationship, or a professional relations, are equally balanced. That's what is an art. And I know that a chartered accountancy especially has brought in all such balance, because we have dealt so variety of subject there itself. We have learned how to balance it. So in our professional life, it becomes more easy. So without taking much time, I request Umesh to kindly take the session forward. Over to you, Pravina.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for wonderful insights and inspiring opening remarks. Now, let us move on to the heart of the today's session. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, CA Umesh Verma, a seasoned professional renowned not just for his technical expertise, but his people-first approach to leadership and collaboration. In today's fast-paced world, success is no longer measured by alone, but also by our ability to connect, communicate, and care, both within and beyond the workplace. This session will help us to explore how to cultivate meaningful relationships that enrich not only our career, but also our lives. To guide us through this enriching journey, we are privileged to have with us CA Dr. Umesh Kumar Verma, a distinguished professional with over 34 years of experience across finance, HR, personality development, and relationship management. A chartered accountant and doctorate in personality, parenting, and relationship, Dr. Verma is widely known for his work on personality excellence, HR strategies, and art of balancing work, life, and relationship. He has been faculty to ICAI, CAG, various government institutions, NGOs, and universities, and continue to inspire through his corporate training and consulting engagements. He's having one NGO also, Our Kutumba. We will like to hear from him more about that. Sir, we are truly honored to have you with us today. I now request you to kindly take over and begin the session. And also, dear participants, if you have any questions or reflections during the talk, please feel free to share them in the chat box. We will take them during the Q&A segments. Over to you, Dr. Umesh Verma, sir.
Thank you, Pravina. Thank you so much. Good evening to all my fraternity members. And the biggest good evening to my Mupalla sir, Shridhar Mupalla. He's the Honorable Vice Chairman of our Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance. And rather, I would prefer to call it work-life integration. I feel that there is nothing like in a balance, one balance goes down to increase the weight in the another one. This kind of imbalance. But this is the integration basically. But the life is equally important and the profession is equally important, and rest compartments are also equally important other than these two, right? So my another thanks goes to our Honorable Chairman of the committee in absentia, Honorable Shri Jay Chheraji. And above all, my due respect and my honor goes to the President of the CA Institute, Honorable Shri Charanjot Singh Nandaji, who conceptualized this idea, though we had a discussion for many a time during the history. But see, this year, I'm very happy to know that this committee is in existence, and the responsibility has been given to such honorable chairman and vice chairman. Sir, let me introduce myself a little bit differently. I want to be called as Jamvant. Jamvant was a character in Ramayana, who used to remind Hanumanji for all his powers and strengths whenever he needed those, because he was in the habit of forgetting all those things. So I feel myself as a Jamvant, and you all, my fraternity member, all members are, to me, to my understandings, are Hanumanji, because I know the capabilities you are having. I know your potentials. But see, many a time because of the pressure from the peers, many a time from the society, from the family, we usually forget the exact quantum of our powers. So I'm here to remind you all, yes, this way these powers can be better utilized for a better future and for the future concerning our next generation. Further, to bring it to your notice that whatever we are doing in our life, we are primarily facing three threats. Please understand these threats, why I'm saying these threats. Number one, the world is changing very fast. Change is the only permanent thing we know. And every second, everything is changing in the world. So we have to be very much adaptive, very much proactive, keeping a very vigilant eye on the whatever kind of changes are happening around. And if we don't change, so threat number one is we will become obsolete. Probably you will appreciate whatever we are doing. It's not applicable to the people who are attending this kind of webinar, because those are well adaptive. Those are having a very vigilant eye on what kind of webinars are happening and what we can learn, what we can take home from here. But still, there is an existent threat. You have to change, you have to upgrade, you have to upskill yourself for whatever change we can see and we can presume around the world. And number two threat is, if you won't change, if you won't upgrade yourself, you become when obsolete, somebody more efficient will replace you. You or me, that's not an issue. Somebody more efficient, more competent, more capable will replace us. So we will lose the existing opportunities also. I hope you will appreciate this threat also. You have to keep these two threats always in mind to be progressive in the line we are into. And threat number three is, I hope, we are the most responsible people for the next generation. We have to build up the foundation for the next generation so that they could grow to the full potential of them, right? If we won't progress ourselves, if we won't add on the value addition in ourselves, so what will happen? My child will start from a lower pedestal. And if you are progressing, you are updating yourself, you are upscaling yourself, definitely your child will start from an upper scale. This kind of places are there. My child will start from here, your child will start from here. Definitely he'll grow more. His speed of growing will be more in comparison to my child. So friends, that is the third threat. If you want to have the respect from the younger generation, you have to suitably change yourself. So you have to work very hard for that issue and pertaining to their progress. Now we are coming to the subject and the PPT. So I'm just setting, just give me a 1 second. So today's subject is very relevant. I am again thankful to our committee on promoting work-life balance, because work-life balance is everything, is totally and fully based on nurturing connections, building relationship beyond work. So friends, just why? Let's talk about a Harvard research. Most of the people know, but just I want to refer because of its importance. This research went on for 85 years. 724 participants were there, on which the heavy exercises were done, heavy procedures were done with them. And what was the conclusion of this research? It was this: positive relationship keeps us happier, healthier, and gift us longer life. Please accept once again. Please listen to this once again. Positive relationship, connections you can use for that matter. Positive connections keeps us happier, healthier, and longevity. So once this is established with such a big research, we must realize that without connection, without relation, there is no life at all. Right? And then I'll give you another example. I have a client in the name of R.K. Agrawal. Because of these connections and because of these relationships, he is so confident that he is, for connection and relationship, he is maintaining a diary, which is a telephone diary basically. This big size green diary, I always see that next to his skin. Whenever he visits to my office, he is always carrying that diary. Though the season has been changed, the whole world has been changed. Now the diaries are not kept. But still, he is so much attached to this diary. And he says in his saying, and I am confident he's very right. He always says, with this diary, you just leave me for 1 year without a single penny. I can very easily survive because of my connections, because of my relationship. That is the faith and trust he has on his relationships. Another example, I myself won a competition. We went to the Uttarakhand for a picnic, and there was an activity in which the organizer, we were organizer, but activity part were given to somebody else. So he gave the activity for the relationship matter. He asked to note down the relations which are 25 years old. Please try to listen once again. All those relations which are more than 25 years, and those are friends. We had to give the numbers to him. How many are those? Then they will call that gentleman or whatever the person is. And if the answer is very friendly, the response on the phone is if very friendly. Say, if your 8 friends are noted down with the name and numbers, he will call from your phone to that one number. So he'll know his friend is calling, his close friend is calling. His response would be something so that it will validate it's a close friend. Sometimes the people give some kind of pyari si gali, sometimes any laughing issue, sometimes some kind of nickname, right? So with that, the judge will identify that this is a good relation which can be called as good friend, right? In that competition, I won the first prize just because of this interest I'm having in relationship and connections. I won the first prize because he was asking for more than 25 years. I had more than 40 years. I had 8 friends in my list. And more than 25 years, I had 22 friends. I was given first prize. I am so proud of this. I never thought that this kind of competition will happen and somebody and some group will recognize this kind of relationship. And I'm happy till date. I'm very proud of this thing. So this depends on how you dealt with your people from the start. Like we are talking about the building a relationship beyond work. So beyond work is basically start from your birth. When you have taken the birth in a family, so many relationships are automatically awarded to you. I'll say if those awards are good, you are born with a silver spoon, in my words. Like the kind of father, the kind of mother, the holy 24-karat gold people you are getting by birth itself. Then your other relations, both sides, from mother side, from father side, and within house, your brother, sisters. These are the relationships which are gifted to you. And now, see, my purpose of saying this is you have just note down one thing. You don't have to lose a single relationship. In my saying, if you progress every day by 1 inch, but don't regress even once, then your progress will be remarkable. Will break all records, I tell you, if you just progress 1 inch a day. So similar is the case with the relationship. If you maintain, if you build up, if you sustain, if you nurture relationships sincerely and don't lose your relation for any reason, so your relationship bank will be very rich. It would be definitely so rich that you will always get the benefit out of it. Now, one has to do the extra work for this, extra effort. Say, for example, I'm giving you the life example of my case. See, I was to give my one car to my son in Chennai. From Delhi, I had to send. So there was a way out ki I could have booked a transport and I could have sent through the transport. But gradually it came to my mind that there are 6 friends in the way from Delhi to Chennai, which we have not met for the past 3 years to 18 years. So I am a man of a different understanding, different love for all these people. So I inquired about everyone. Then everyone was positive about this. Then I made an arrangement. Then I took a car along with one of my friend. I drive through the road, and in 6 days I reached to the Chennai. After reaching every friend in the evening in the way, first I stopped at Agra, then I stopped at Sagar, then I stopped at Bhopal, then I stopped at Nagpur, then I stopped at Hyderabad, then I reached to the Chennai. So this was my love for maintaining connection. And everybody is feeling this example. Even my children are feeling, Papa, you can do these wonderful things, though we are so busy these days, we are not able to do these things. And now at least 15, 16 friends of mine has said, Ki whenever you are going next time, we'll join you. At that time, I asked from everybody, but nobody was comfortable in the road travel. But I is at this age, this is a matter of 1.5 years back. I was in the 60th year, that point of time, but I never feel tired when there is a case of relationship and connection. I feel very energetic. I never feel off energies. So that was another case. Now for connection also, you have to be very serious about your connections and relationship through fun, through happiness, through cultural events, through parties, through any kind of celebration. You have to maintain these connections. Like I'm giving you the one another fact that the teenagers of the age of 16, 17, 18, and 19. This is the international research. 95% of such children are not ready to go with the parents on pleasure trips. I can see the risk attached with this. What for we are having the younger generation? If they are not ready to go with us, just we have to work on the kind of activities, the kind of working, the kind of whatever we have adopted in our life, what has made them so distant, so detached, that the children of 16, 17, 18, and 19 years of age not ready to be the part of that trip which parents are taking for their pleasure, for family pleasure. So you have to work on those relationships. It truly takes hard work to realize these things, how we can change this scenario to the positive side of everything, right? Something extra need to be done, whatever you feel you are doing. And you know the figure, this is the basic understanding we are sharing. Now the figure is that when the couple separate, their children, 15 to 16% out of such children are mentally disturbed. Can you see the impact of the couple getting divorced, getting separated? To me, they should not have they should not have given birth to the children. They need to be educated first. What is going to be the next step and how? So this way, these people become criminal to the children. But yes, their egos, their issues, they are not able to correct themselves. And the bad relationship is killing. Bad relationship is killing more people than asthma and obesity and weak health. Please note down the statistics and you will see that how far it is now from the present expectation of the parents or the generation or anybody who is seriously concerned with the relationship. Now, so this was the basic understanding. Now I want to share with you the my PPT, and that is Now, as my PPT say, but how can you remove this one? Please not. Just a second. We are setting the screen right. Slide show मैं कर लूँगा. देखो. Now, I am introducing the nurturing connections. Just I have given you the basic facts so that we could understand the importance of what connection is and why the nurturing is important. So, balancing professional excellence with personal fulfillment. Connections truly are the soul of life, soul of fun, soul of happiness, I would say. So, whatever you do for the sake of fun, for the sake of pleasantries in the life, you need connection. Without that, there should be somebody to laugh with you. There should be somebody to share whatever your achievements are. There should be somebody to be with you in the sorrows or the pain whenever you feel. Without that, the life is in isolation. Matlab, an individual, we and you are not the Iceland. We need to see the people around us so that this thing shows its importance and grows us. And why it is important, I'll show with the next slide. Now, the next point in the introduction is nurturing connection needs an art of balance. That's a different skill altogether which you can learn. It's a learnable skill. See, whatever you have, each and everything in the life needs a balance, art of balance. So, for example, in profession, if we talk about, we need to make a balance between whatever existing line of revenue verticals we have with the new lines of verticals of revenues we can develop. We have to make a balance between whatever is existing level of efforts we have to do and whatever we can learn from the ongoing changes around. What opportunities we can currently have and what opportunities we can have after studying it every day. What we are learning every day can bring in so many positive changes in the life, so many healthier scenario in the practice and all. We are now another balance we can make it. Whatever we are teaching to our staff, that is our responsibility, that my staff, my youngsters, my articles are learning the best possible thing I can teach them. That's another balance. Now, then obviously the balance with the family again. You have to invest your time to the office, you have to invest your time to the family, to the children. So life is like a train, I would say. Life is like a train which is having the different compartments altogether, like 7 8 compartments, and you can put anything relevant to that compartment, and then you have to make a balance whether which compartment needs more attention and which is to be treated first and which is to be priority wise taken at which place. Like the art of balancing we'll be discussing later on also. Now, to love and retain good ones, this is very important in the life. You must evaluate, appraise all your relations, and then conclude, then decide which one is to retain and which one is to be prune out the bad ones. See, I was taking the GMCS class in Chandigarh, though I have taken 70 80 classes till date. So in there, it's very common scenario, if you will see, that the students are funny within themselves. But see, I think I provide the various opportunities for the fun also. I organize the picnics also for them. I organize the dancing session also at the later date, last date. I organize the singing slot also for that matter. But yes, I am little serious whenever a serious issue is being discussed, which is life concerning, which is future oriented, which is your job oriented. You cannot be so careless, and you cannot be disturbing to your friend. So in Chandigarh itself, in that one case particularly, two friends were very much disturbing one another. But gradually I saw that A is again and again disturbing the B. B was little serious. He wanted to notice everything. He wanted to listen everything. He wanted to listen all the things. So he was 20% disturbing, but another one was 80% disturbing approximately. So then I called them to the stage itself. Okay, please you two come to the stage and then tell me the definition of friend. Then the matter started. Even I took the opinion from the all audience also. Those were also the GMCS students. Then the matter came to the friend means somebody who is very supportive, who is the ultimately well-wisher of yours. These were the words given by the audience and these two people themselves. So I told them, we are discussing, we have called two personality on that day. One a big shot from hotel industry for the job purposes, and another one was the most practicing chartered accountant, most renowned chartered accountant in the Chandigarh for practice purposes. And during these sessions, students have the biggest confusion at that stage when they get the CA degree. Those are the most confused in these two lines, whether to go for job or whether to start their own practice. So Managa, add this confusion. Have you cleared this confusion while the two speakers have gone after their speech and everything? No, sir, I am having little doubt. When you know why you are having doubt, because you neither listened yourself nor allowed your friend to listen that. So then they both were very very sorry for their behavior and that. Then they correct themselves. Then afterwards, class was very fine. And on the last day, these two people were so organizationally strong that they organized a picnic for them. We went for a fun trip, and it was a wonderful GMCS session altogether. So friends, it's equally important to prune out the bad ones. You are trying to correct one, but if he is not able to correct, then you need to prune out that relation. And you have to work more, you have to love more, you have to respect more the good ones. Those are the assets in your life. We are building those assets. Now, why do we need connections and then nurturing? Safety and security. We understand this is a basic element. Roti, kapda, or makan, or security. These are the basic elements which one needs. So we need connection to flourish every emotion of ours. One has to be very strong in expression of everything, and that strongness comes from the connections. And many a time, some kind of leading factors comes from the connection. You find, see, why it is so important. What I did in my real life is, I wanted my children to meet the great personalities. You will later on have the reference of this. I took the appointment from Dr. Kiran Bedi, and then took both the children to Kiran Bedi for some discussion with her, and she, on tea session we were together, and then she guided my children like anything, though only 20 minutes were given, but I am so fortunate that I could get. I arranged a meeting with the Dr. Sridharan, Metro Man of India. I made arrangement with Dr. Jagmohan, who was the urban minister in India itself. I then arranged for Shiv Kheda. So I tried whole my life when the children were in the foundation stage, and they had to be impressed with the role model kind of personalities. And then it is not that meeting with them is essential. Their life pattern, their plus points, their merits need to be discussed with the children, so that they could learn more. They were very interested. They now know more than me about these personalities, because after meeting, they have this kind of ignition within themselves. Yes, these were the person known for certain reasons, known for their hard work, known for their honesty, known for their awards they have received in the world. That's why we need connection. And once the connection is made, their nurturing is equally important for all these factors, learning and growth. See, like in the institute, now this is a connection. Every chartered accountant has a basic connection with the CA Institute. And then institute has given that connection lead to our committee chairman, to the president, to the vice chairman, that our learning process has been started. This area was not touched by the CA Institute or any of our seniors. Now it is touched. They kept their eyes open. What kind of work can help and can benefit the CA fraternity? Learning is going on. And you see, I want to appreciate your participation here, because you are among the top 3% people in the world who want to learn new things, who want to know whatever is more beneficial to them, for themselves, for their generation, for their practice, for their profession, right? And then the emotional strength. When you see certain people, they, from their aura itself, you will feel that these people have such a strengthful voice. Malab, that strength is only and only possible through connections, healthier connection, role model kind of connections. Then to realize your true potentials. Even the parents have this honorable job with themselves, so that their kids could reach to those potentials which are historically not attained by anybody in the family. This is a responsibility of the parents. And those two, then the teachers in the life, they enhance those potentials. Then the friends in the life, friends can make or break an individual. If those people are enticing with certain negative things, then the whole life is going to be disturbed. And if a bad teacher, I would say, if a teacher in maths, if he is a not good teacher, then he makes the maths scarceful for them. Very scary kind of subject, sorry. And then with that kind of understanding, initial understanding, these students never become comfortable with maths. And it's become like a ghost. They can never be comfortable that way. Okay. Now, the thing is, romantic intimacy. Until you see this intimacy is the ultimate craze in the life. See, when I got married, we had a 2.5 month of disturbing relationship initially to make one another understandable. And then, believe or not, I spent 21 years of heaven in my life. I could discharge all my responsibilities towards my parent, towards my family, towards my children. Both the children are now in the field of psychology, though my daughter is a chartered accountant also. But they are working in such a way that they are paying socially also. They are working with certain institutions from where they are getting appreciations and reward and certification for those issues. So such a romantic intimacy with my life partner was possible only and only through the meaningful connection, right? Even the Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett has also validated these things. The true success is a meaningful relationship. So one has to understand from such the great personalities, whenever you need help, life is a combination of good and bad things. So in the bad things, you always need some kind of help. That help is possible only through healthier connections, healthier relations. Now, whatever is the ultimate pursuit of the life is the happiness. Whenever you are tired, you need to be relaxed. You need fun to be more and more energetic and more happier. So all these things are only possible through connections, through relationships. Like you see the habits of the friends. One of my friend in the school, ninth class, his father was the geography teacher. But see, as the friends want to have fun every day, new kind of fun. And he was that kind of personality that he wanted every friend to laugh, even at his own cost. Malab, there was an inspection season in the class, then everybody has to bring his notebook ready for the inspection purposes. Then he used to come from Shadra. We used to study in Anglo school, Daryaganj. So we had to cross the Yamuna river from the old bridge. So he, in the first class itself, it was a history class. Then the history teacher asked, where is the copy? Whosoever has not brought, whosoever has brought, they have deposited the copy. So there were 6 people who could not brought. He was one of them. So then teacher asked me, where is your copy? Where is your notebook? He said, sir, you will not believe, you please slap me or you can do anything with me, but you will not believe what has happened with me. So this was such an response. The teacher will definitely ask, what has happened? Please tell me. So he can, no, sir, you will not believe, you please beat me or whatever you want. Okay, no, I'll not beat you. I'll not slap you. You please tell me what is the reason. Now the fun starts. See, he had that thing in mind. He said, I was crossing the Yamuna. The next bus was for Daryaganj. So I had to leave my existing bus and I had to run along with the road and I had to pick the next bus. But all of a sudden, my bag, school bag, struck to to a scooter. My history notebook just jumped and went into the river in the Yamuna. And teacher can also see these boys making fool of me. Every class was full of laughter. But teacher had promised that I'll not beat you up, so he didn't say anything. I'll say to your Papa. Papa was also the geography teacher in the school. He repeated the same thing with the maths teacher, repeated the same thing with the English teacher. 3 people were fooled, teacher were fooled by him. And it was not his personal reason. He wanted our total class to laugh. And believe it or not, we are laughing till date. Whenever we are meeting or otherwise also without meeting, whenever this thing comes to my mind, I just smile, I just laugh because of this reason. Certain people are living for these things. And that is truly a life. And that's a bad way. I am not saying that's a healthier way to fun. Now we can differentiate. There can be the healthier way of the fun also, which we used to do. But this had happened this way. So current challenges in the CA profession. Now we know the regulatory overload. All chartered accountant, I'm not much into the GST, income tax and all. I work for financial sector mainly now these days. And I work on 5 projects of Pan-India projects. So that's why I'm not, having the brunt of this regulatory overload. But I have spoken to hundreds of the chartered accountant who feel this overload is spoiling their life, spoiling their peace, spoiling their relaxing factors, and then the competitive pressures. Now the new chartered accountant, once they get the degree, expectations are very much with them. So they come into the competitive pressure and bear all these things. But I would like to say, if you are there in initial years, if you can deliver 125% of whatever assignment you get, something more is delivered to the client, then your client will become the ambassador, your ambassador. He will definitely brought in those things and you will enjoy that competitive pressure also. You will learn so many things. Then through this competitive pressure, if you think again and again, you will find a good team to be arranged. Well, if somebody is looking after, we know the decentralization process. If somebody is looking at the GST, somebody is looking at, income tax, somebody is looking at finance. That way, competitive pressure can be managed, right? And then taking in between time, like certain people do a little bit exercise in between, certain people take the tea session in between and sharing something with their colleagues and peers. Those kind of things can reduce the competitive pressure, but depends on situation to situation. Now, long work hours leading to work-life imbalance. This is very hard fact. Everybody knows keep working. If because of the work pressure, because of this regulatory overload, you have to work long for the say 12 hours, 14 hours, which will definitely taking the time from your personal life. That kind of time is devoted to the professional life, which definitely creates the imbalance. And for such kind of balance, you need art of balancing, which I spoke about. And that balancing need is like you have seen the juggler in the circus. What they do is they play with the 5-6 balls. They play simultaneously with the 5-6 balls. And if his focus is disturbed for a fraction of a second, all the five balls will come to the ground. This is something which is the relationship is. You have to be careful enough. You have to be very deal these things like fragile things. Only you can maintain the balance. That's truly important. And imbalance in any form disturbs so many other things in the life, so many proficiencies in the life, that becomes a net loss for us. We understand what the loss is. Now, if we talk about the mental health and stress management, alarming incidents, tragic cases of suicide, heart attack, and neurological diseases. Let me tell you very frankly, I had developed one statistics also. 8 chartered accountant got heart attack just because of whatever was happening within themselves. They could not appraise, they could not treat, and they lost to those kind of diseases. 8 cases in my life. The people who were junior to me in the age group of 45, 46 to 52, out of those 8 people, 3 people had become the chartered accountant under me. And I'm so badly disturbed when I came to know that these people are no more because of the heart attack or something. So these are the alarming incidents. I am once again thankful to the CA Institute, to the president, to the chairman, to the vice chairman for organizing these kind of supportive acts, these kind of webinars, which will definitely reduce such cases and provide a different angle to these kind of healthy mental health and the managing the stress itself. See, I tell you, incident, I make a balance sheet of merits, which nobody makes. We all chartered accountant make a financial balance sheet in which everything which a company own or individual own will be shown as assets. If he has to pay, it is shown as liability, and net of these two things is the capital, right? Real worth of that. In the same way, the fashion is the same, but I prepare a balance sheet of non-financial things. So only financial things are financially matters, but otherwise, like the element of hard work you have with you, the intellect element you have, these are the assets, truly the assets, which cannot be expressed in the financial terms. So, but still those are important. Like your anger, it can provide a very bad, disturbances to your organization, to your relations, to your staff, right? Your stress, for example. In asset term, your humor element, and your teamwork element. These are the things which are positive. So we that way make keeping 10 elements as an asset and 5 element as a liability. Then we draw the excellence quotient of an individual, which shows how much excellent he is on these non-financial terms. And then this is the phase 1. We identify this excellence quotient. Say, for example, it comes to say 600 for some cases. So phase 2 says you pick up any 3 element, 10 assets and 5 liabilities. Pick any 3 element. We will take this figure of 600 to 650 or 700. The ideal is the 1000. Right? If we talk about the Bhagwan Shri Ram, he will get 1000 mark, right? So whatever positive has to be worked on for the further positivity, and whatever is the negative has to be reduced to the zero weighted value of this. So this way, excellent, that is. So that way we can quantify the alarming incidents. We can evaluate how much risk somebody is carrying, because health is one of the assets that way. Then preventive strategies. So proactive exercise and activities like I am describing right now, organizational responsibility for emotional and overall well-being. So this is where whatever organization these people have made, these organizations should and must think about the emotional and overall well-being of the individual, whether those are partners, whether those are staff, and many a time the clients are also included in that, to earn the overall trust from them. Thus, we are so much careful about everybody, in touch with them in their circle. So organizational responsibility, if understood, they can do wonders for the mental health and stress management. Now, friend, building beyond work, relationships beyond work. So that is the subject, overall subject. But here in a screen, we can share this thing, connecting meaningfully in personal spaces. So work is a bracket. Say work is a bracket for 8 hours. These things cannot be absolutely keep in a separate compartment, because one thing is complementary to another. One thing is affecting either adversely or healthily to the another. So these things has to be seen in an integrated form. Like value of relationship, I had already told you, Steve Jobs and Warren Buffett has always said, true success can only be considered with the meaningful relationship you earned during your life. Only money can never define the importance of these things. Then emotional connection you're talking about. You have to invest your time, efforts, and resources in a balanced way to gain this emotional connection. This becomes your strength. This way, your capacity of bearing even adverse situations is improved, well improved. Moving beyond materialistic pursuit. Now I give you the example. I practice this thing in my family, you'll surprised to know. Whenever we had been going to some function, some party, whenever we are coming back from such party, we are not talking about the cars people had, the jewelry people had, the clothes people had, the gadgets people had, but we were discussing their behaviors, their passion, their responses, their contribution to that function. And believe me, we started a motivational processes there. See, whenever it has to be started from you yourself. Only the children or other member of the family will adopt those processes if they feel it appealing to them. Like I started doing this. If, for example, I'm in a party, if somebody elder has come to our gathering, so I'll offer my chair to them, right? I'll bring some water for them, whatever they like. If I am going to take some sweet, for example, I'll ask the people sitting around, can I bring, do you want some kind of sweet? I'll bring along with. It's very petty thing. It may be considered as futile, because generations are busy in discussing the cars and mobiles and every such things. That is not relevant and important. Please, because ultimately what will come back, it will come back through these things. These are the things which truly matters. It doesn't matter to the parent that my child is having 3 cars with them. What truly matters to the parent is how much careful those people are, whether they have love, respect, and regard for us or not, or he's running after the material things. Emphasize on love, respect, and care. This is the ultimate emphasis which one need to be put before the family or each member of the family. Only then they'll learn. It has to be started from you, within you. Only then it will. So you can make a reward system for this. If somebody has done something positive in those kind of social function, we always celebrated those things next day. Because see, as a parent, you want your child to be with you in the restaurant or get something. So why not to correlate with those kind of rewards? He will feel as if he has earned those rewards, and he'll develop a habit which is mostly appreciable by everybody. living a purposeful life. So everybody needs to have this purposeful life. Without this, life is dull, no meaning, no pursuits, and that will be the hopeless kind of case if purpose is not there. And even it all, if with purpose or without purpose, if you try to live a life, it even impact your health, emotional health, spiritual health, and physical health. All are badly affected if purpose is absent that way. Now, cultivating a holistic perspective. See, I know some president of the CA Institute who are known for his ethics, empathy, and fulfillment. Well, his family, I have seen 18, 20 people are staying in his family. Not right now. I'm talking about 30 years back, 35 years back. Those people are staying with him because they have not arranged their home till that point in time. And his mother is making food for, say, 20 people of those kind of. So if such holistic perspective is there, relationship is going to rise like anything and going to give the benefit like anything. So ethical living and social responsibility. Now it depends on. See, if we feel we are successful people, whether we are socially responsible or not, whether we are giving back the same thing to the society or not. Like my both the children, there is a school in the name of Kazi Courts in Dwarka. For Holi and Deepavali, one teacher of them initiated this process, and my two children joined that teacher. They used to collect money, whatever money they used to get from me or from anybody who has come to the house. For example, from Holi to Diwali, they have collected, say, 3,000 rupees. They will take 3,000 from me, and they will go to that school one day before. This Kozhikode school was for special children, right? They'll go 1 or 2 days before the Diwali with the material of 6,000 rupees. Then they'll share with them, they'll play with them, they'll spend with them. Same is the process was to be conducted from Diwali to Holi. Same kind of thing. And we were really proud of this thing. Children are thinking on those lines. My son that time was just 8 or 9 years, and my daughter was 12 years approximately. So this kind of giving back. We are in a team, we are in a group where the people are arranging for the poor girl's marriage. There is a group which is pertaining to Model Town area. We are doing that thing and we're feeling satisfied. And then only then these things can be transformed in the personality of the children. Only when you do it, only when you take the pain for these things. Now, the practical steps and recommendation, if I talk about, these are the very petty things you may feel, but I have numerous of such things which we have adopted, which we have done, practically done, and now they're ready for recommendation. Say, for example, in an exercise in our NGO, what we do is we give a treasure to a family. What is that treasure? It's a treasure box in which everybody is asked to write a letter to each one else in the family. For example, there are 4 people in the family. There are 4 people in the family, and then father is writing a letter to his wife, to his daughter, to his son. Yani 3 letters is to be written by each one if this is a family of 4. Same way, mother is writing, daughter is writing, son is writing. Then that way, that those letters are kept in a jewelry box kind of thing, and that is given as a gift. And what they are mentioning in this is 3 good qualities of everybody and 1 expectation from them, that if they change this way, this will make us happier, much happier. Because in relationship, this is most important, what you do for others. If you want to change somebody, you need to change yourself first. All divorce cases, all disturbed cases, all detachment cases are such wherein everybody wants to change, everybody wants everybody else, not want to see themselves. And to me, the biggest gift in the world is to give what somebody wants you to change on. Very small thing, but very important gift. Now, power of compliment. Practical step. Another practical step is power of compliment to nurture a connection, to nurture a relation. Right? In power of compliment, what you do is whenever you feel that there is some merit in a person, genuine merit, genuine positive thing in a personality, you just appreciate if it is, or no cosmetic things. You have to appreciate that element. Yes, you do this thing very well. You make this thing very well. You look personality wise excellent. So that's a power of compliment. This will make a connection with you. So until you connect, first you cannot regulate a personality. You cannot take that personality along with, right? So now next is the art of balancing. We have discussed it previously also. Because of the shortage of time, I'm now running through. Now I'll suggest something different now. I'm a singer. My two children are the singers, obviously. I have only two children. So there is a campaign going on that every family should have a family song. And whenever these people are meeting, just even for 1 minute or 2 minutes, they should sing that song together. It's very much a bonding exercise. It's a family bonding is the result ultimately which you get out of this. So I got an appreciation from this kind of thing. See, in a very big function where the 600 people were there, I used to say this thing: if you make an effort to develop to prepare a song for your spouse, for example, then your relationship will grow to 400% healthily. I mean, so in that party, I frequently say in any kind of gathering or any kind of deliberation. But in that party, somebody was on stage for singing. He called me. I was busy in eating something. Then my neighbor told me, "You are being called at the stage." Then I went to the stage. I didn't recognize that personality, but he touched my feet. Ki, sir, you had once said ki if you prepare a song for your wife, your relationship will be better, far better, right? All of a sudden, then simultaneously, a girl came, I mean, a woman came. She also touched my feet and said, "Sir, Mega Bete, who are you?" So he's this person. Said, "Sir, I am the beneficiary of your this suggestion. My husband singing a song for me every week, and we have make a celebration kind of thing for this thing. Now our children are also enjoying the same thing. I am very truly thankful to you." So, sir, this is an additional effort. This is a work, hard work. And people say, "I don't know singing." I don't believe. Nobody. Everybody sing a song. But your partner, your spouse, your children, your parents should understand that you have done something positive for them. You have made an additional effort. That is important only. Not that if you don't sing like a Kishore Kumar, you will be rejected or you will be stopped for anything doing. Anyway, so next thing is the meal together. Every family tries these days to have a meal, for example, dinner together. I would like to add just one small thing. It's a very good habit to have a meal together. But in case somebody in the family comes late, so whosoever is the last one who's coming to the family, in business families, even in professional families, many a time it happens in season, we go late home, say by 10 o'clock. Then everybody else in the family will sit for 10 minutes with that father. Just sit, and they'll whatever they want to discuss, they are doing, and father is taking dinner. Please add this to one meal together concept. Now I'll share an elder child with the newly born child. What people are doing usually is when a newly born child is there, an elder child wants to touch that younger child or want to play with that or want to do something, want to make him eat something, they'll scold the elder one. Just go back. Don't touch. Don't do this. Don't do that. This is absolutely a wrong thing. Because that elder child is understandable. He's understanding the concept. He'll feel like the younger one is my enemy. He's not allowing me to do these things, and I am restricted on many things which I was previously not restricted. And whereas the younger child, the newly born child, doesn't have that mind to mind such things. So better just take care of the elder child more in comparison to the newly born, and you will see that the elder child become the caretaker of the newly born. When there is a difference in opinion in the family, make somebody out of the family as judge, any third person. You will see the healthily improved mind of everybody. This is the practically done and adopted by many a family on suggestion. Am I able to convey? When there is a difference of opinion, say in brother and sister, mother can be made an independent judge, but with the understanding whatever judgment the mother will give, both the child will accept, and that should be the impartial kind of one. Develop this practice. We chartered accountant know what is impartial, what is partial. We can very easily adopt this practice in the family, and you will see the sea change in the family atmosphere. Fun activity. I think a fun activity can be organized, should definitely be organized. Cost is no reason. Certain people think that the fun can only be with the 10,000 rupees. No. See, I did it at least 30, 40 times. There was a time, now we have shared everything. There was a time when we used to take everything from home, homemade food or homemade something. We are going to India Gate. We had been inviting 4 or 5 families to India Gate. And in the last, after having the family meal and all, we used to have the ice cream, which is very simple thing. So it was not costing much, but fun activity and the presence of fun activity in a week is a must kind of thing, which will enhance the nurturing of the bonding with the children, even with the parents. These are all the things, how connections are strongly built and then maintained. And then there's the achievement versus celebration. I mean, whatever is achieved. In my home, I started a practice whenever, see, in especially in St. Columbus, it was a school which used to give the single star, double star, 3-star kind of reward to the student whenever they got something excellent in their notebook or in performance and all. Then I always say, whenever you have the triple star, you keep your diary at this place before the showcase, so that if I come at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock and you all people are slept, I should see those triple star on my coming. And when I see that, and next day I used to celebrate in any form. Celebration need not to be the 10,000 amount of celebration. I mean, some ice cream, some chocolate or something more interesting, or dosa, etc. Something. But it should seems like some kind of celebration has been done for whatever the child has achieved. It was not for child only, anybody for that matter if has achieved. So in a different way, so no, it was a funny joke that day. Somebody went for a claim on somebody's death. So then LIC agent asked about, yes, he was drinking. No, sorry, no, he didn't drink ever. Smoking, no. Doing this fun, no. Doing that fun, no. तो कहते जो आदमी जिया ही नहीं उसका काहे का क्लेम, उसका किस बात का क्लेम, ये तो ऑलरेडी जिया ही नहीं. So means, I mean, for the sake of fun, we need to understand the fun is very important, and fun is very crucial for the ultimate health of even the family health, even the individual health, even the overall betterment of the family. Now, for men, the best thing of balancing is if he has. So for men, the most difficult task in the world is to bring a balance between mother and wife. See, we had a seminar in Manu Maharani, Jim Corbett Park. There were the 52 families from the Banaras. So I was one of the faculty, and after all these things, one of the element was art of balancing. The art of balancing, then I asked from the crowd, from the audience, what do you think is the most difficult balancing act in the life? So everybody said this thing or that thing. But then I said, I think the most difficult task is to bring the balance between mother and wife. See, discussion went on for another 2.5 hours. People delayed their dinner for that thing, but discussion went on. It is truly the biggest achievement if one can make. I was lucky enough, I could make that in 2.5 months, and then my mother and my wife became the mother-daughter. And that was the, heavenly period I spent. Now, for women, I feel for better bonding with the in-laws, if she keeps herself at the backstage for first 6 months, she will become the queen of the house. In detail, we can discuss anytime, but this is very crucial and important. Suitable respect for spouse family. I learned it from a client of mine. Barla, he used to take his family, his son's in-laws' families for the movie every month. And such a respect and honor was given. And then the family dinner afterwards, they have wonderful bonding. Both the daughter-in-laws has a wonderful bonding within themselves, which is usually a difficult task in the usual families. And then stubborn not allowed. जो बच्चों में जिद आप देखते हो, बच्चे जो stubborn आपको महसूस होते हैं, वहीं से stubborn child can never be nurtured in good connection, I tell you, because he'll have this nature and which is very disturbing for any relation kind of thing. For example, if some child has asked for an apple today, my recommendation is never give an apple today. If you don't have, if you have, that's comfortable. Give everything else. For grapes you can give, for anar you can give, for anything you can give, but not the apple, because he was stubborn for that. He was crying for that. What will happen? He'll cry, and after some time he'll stop. But next day you are giving him the apple first. What are the two benefits out of this exercise? Number one, he'll gain the trust on the parents. I don't have to cry. I just have to tell them. They themselves are worried, and earliest possible they'll arrange that comfortable thing to me. Number one. And number two importance of this exercise is he will not be the stubborn for the next time. So please, suitably we can discuss and we can adopt. Reward system. For any relationship, for nurturing a good relationship, you need to make certain reward system within the family. These are the family's issues primarily I am discussing. Most of the issues are also applicable to the society, to the friendship, to the other relation, and to the profession also. So please, you can suitably apply those things to them also. Like reward system, for example. I'll immediately tell you how this reward system is applicable to all the situation. Like what we developed in our family is, if my child has one chocolate of him, if a new child has come to the family, to us for a dinner purpose or anything, if my child has given that single chocolate to that boy or girl, my boy will get 2 chocolates in the evening as a reward. So the habit of keeping things with themselves, or keeping within their drawers, within their bag, and not showing to anybody, these kind of habits are totally eliminated, because those were motivated well. In the evening, they'll get the 2 chocolates in return. So that was the benefit in itself. So this reward system worked very well. Now both the child, though these people are elder now, but we never had that kind of problem. Two kids are trying to snatch from one another, these kind of things, right? Another reward can be, my mother, for example, always in the evening there was a meeting of 5-6 friends of my mother, and my wife was providing tea or whatever we had, some fruit or something. And this exercise went on so well that my mother had a wonderful bonding with my wife, and wife also understood this thing, because whenever in-laws were coming, we were very respectful and we were very honorable to them, and then working in the same way. And then gift to anyone be given by the elders. If you want to, as a father, you want to give anything to your daughter, for example, then please arrange it to be paid, it to be given through your, say, father, I mean, grandfather of that child, grandmother of that child. Just try to adopt this practice. This will make a good bonding, this will nurture a good relationship between grandparents and grandchildren. Do it, sir. And okay, explore opportunities. Kids could meet great personalities. I have already told I arranged the meetings with the Kiran Bedi and Metro Man or Jagmohan ji, Shiv Kheda ji, many of people of that sort. Upskilling and sharing in the family. Well, this is the constant effort which need to be done. I have seen in the South Indian families, there every member of the family is consistently learning a new skill, new hobby. Say, for example, music, some, for example, swimming, some, for example, badminton. When they are learning, and in spite of that learning, they are then sharing with the other family members. That other family member need not to go to the learning, to the coaching classes, because now the first person has already learned professionally and he can share such thing with the family. So these are the bonding kind of thing. I mean, then full family can go to play the badminton. Full family can play the water polo along with, which we do in our NGO also. We play the water polo having full family on one side. Say, for example, two families becomes one team and two families become another team. They are playing the water polo. So my purpose is not the winning or losing the game. My purpose is that father is giving ball to the doctor, to the daughter, daughter is giving ball to the mother, mother is giving to the son, and after passing the ball this way, they are getting the goal done. So that is my purpose of bringing the family bonding at a lovely stage, better stage.
Sir,
And then, sir, hello.
yeah, our chat box is flooded with questions. Should I take a small question right now?
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah, the question is, I think the bedrock for any strong relationship is respect, both give and take. What's your view on the same?
Definitely is a give and take. So now try to understand the very important factor in this. This is definitely give and take, but it is to be start with the giving first. Well, this is the golden formula in the life. You have to give more in comparison to the receivings. You have to start from yourself. Now, give and take seems like both should behave in an equal manner, in a balanced manner. But yes, you have to start from your end. Then you will expect from somebody else. That is the problem everybody is facing. But only this is a solution. Anything else, Praveena? Are you satisfied or somebody?
Yeah, actually, there is another question, how to avoid a person which is not as per our standard and always talking negatively.
No, you have to be less responsive.
Okay.
Well, there is no need to give the elaborate answer. You can finish the discussion with yes or no, and then can be busy in other kind of project you're busy in.
Okay, yeah, that is good. If we don't show any interest, he will break
Yes.
the communication.
Then
Yeah.
I tell you the case. There is a husband and wife who are now 64 years is the husband, 62 years is the wife. They are coming to me for the past 3-4 years. These are people in good touch. We are not in good terms. Agreed. Now I have suggested certain things. Now I say, until you change this habit, don't come to me. See, two are the benefits. Number one, if they change, that's another positive thing for their relationship. Number one. And if they don't change, they'll never come to me and disturb me. I don't want to be disturbed that way. To me, the thing is resolved. Now they are changing on many aspects. Then I'm listening. Otherwise, I'm not listening. They are very clear. Ki Umesh ji will listen only and only when we listen to him, when we agree to him, when we change according to his advice. Because they have already spent 43 years of their life. 43 years of their life, they are living like a hell. So why should I extraordinarily worry about them? straightforward answers. If they behave like that, only then I'll listen and I'll go forward.
Yeah, actually, active listening plays a very important role.
Certainly, bilkul,
So,
absolutely. You're right.
yes.
Listening is
And
the most important habit in relationship and nurturing. Listening.
yeah, actually, there is a we feel sometimes it is difficult to have the boundaries in professional in relationship with the clients, how to set that boundaries, because नहीं तो वो आते जाएंगे पूरी स्टोरी सुनाते जाएंगे और हमारा टाइम भी तो लिमिटेड रहता है, तो how should we set boundaries?
You have to appraise the overall situation. See, many a time you have to see that if client is there, obviously it's a client, is respectable also. But for the during the past 2 years, he has never taken such a long time, and now he wants to discuss at length. Then you have to listen. You have to invest your time and effort, right? And another client is there who is every day coming and taking extraordinary time at taking advices on the subject which are not your, I mean, work prone basically. So why to go in that area? You have to appraise each and every individual situation. Only then you can bring in the balance in those things. Say, for example, one time he has said, Ki, I have no money, please pay the GST for me. I have seen many chartered accountants who have paid but not able to recover very soon. And those are not treated even well when they ask for their payment back. So why to go in those kind of things? Start from, I mean, initially, very clear line of action is there. It is your obligation. You have to pay. Don't ever ask from me. I'm not the part of this. So that yes and no are the two very important words which can be used for setting the limits.
Okay, so
Or you can give any example. I'll give the specific response to that. If you give.
actually, it is just general question. What is your golden rule for building professional relationship? Is
What
there
is
any
the
golden rule?
golden rule for
Building a professional relationship.
well, the best is the disciplined service. Malab, if somebody has taken your commitment that his job will be completed in this time, Anna, you have to complete it in that time. That is the most respectful, most regardful, and most professional way of dealing such things.
Okay, great. And how social networking will impact career growth? Actually, there are two opposite ends. Generally, the chartered accountant are shy and introvert. They are limited to their work and their office only. And but nowadays it is said that you should be extrovert. You should be appearing on the social media, or you should be attending social gatherings. What's your opinion? Is this social networking impact career growth?
Yes, definitely. Number one, in case you are shy or you are introvert, that is a deficiency in itself. That's a barrier in your growth. You need to improve on those factors. That is changeable, that is learnable. Any doubt in that? These skills are learnable.
Yes.
So, number one, you have to work on that area. You have to invest your time and effort on that. You have to discuss such things with, say, for example, with Parveena or with Umesh Verma. We'll give the solution for that. Na? Say, I say to, for such thing, for being extrovert, ki if somebody says, I don't know how to dance, you cannot mix up with a group until you dance with them, है ना? In a group dance. So my saying is simply jump onto the floor. Whatever you are doing is a dance. Just you are involved in that kind of activity in consonance with all the partners there. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different way of doing things. So that's hardly matter. Just be involved. Just take a first step. Only then you will learn better. You will learn better. You will be more involved. You will be more remarkable in your performance and all. Just start. For say extrovert, there are social opportunities in which if you don't say share. See what is wrong in many organizations. We say you just speak any share, for example, share or shairi. So that's very simple thing. You can note down from Google as share and you can speak to start with. So even if you don't want to do that even, so you will remain introvert. That is a part of self-confidence also. I many a time show a clip of Dharmender song. Dharmender is considered as a non-dancing hero. Agreed?
Yes.
But see a song of Majat Yamla Pagla Divana, in which his fiancée had said yes to his proposal for the love. And he's just Mala in a so much funny way, he's so much, I mean, pagal way, he has danced so much, which is not dance in fact, but his physical reactions was this. He is so much romantic, so much happy with all those responses. He is jumping on the jeep, he's jumping on the tree, he's picking up the whiskey bottle or something like. But he has served the purpose. He has shown his happiness as a purpose. So that's very successful performance. Just see on my recommendation. The people say he doesn't dance, he doesn't know how to dance. So that thing is a dance which serves the purpose. Or
Great.
find the opportunities, even provide the opportunities to the children. Only then you will be involved. Huh? If in any school, in any child's school, if there is some kind of function, say for example, there is a debate competition. What people are not doing, they are not exercising with the child. Well, it takes very hard time and hard effort to put the child on that track. And before the child, you need to correct yourself. I tell you the very emotional example for that matter. My son got admission in St. Columbus. It is a very renowned school in Delhi. It's in Connaught Place in the center of Delhi. So in that admission, on the very first day, in play school, he was a very smart boy there. But in St. Columbus, he got only remark in the 13 years. He just come and see me, Mala for father. I went next day, she said, you take out your child, he is not able to speak English, not able to understand English. And this was the family drawback. We were the Hindi speaking family. So we never had that flow. But on the very first day, the teacher, where the English was the everything, she said he cannot survive in this school with this kind of English understanding and communication level. Then from that day, please, Parveena, note down this emotional factor. That day I said, ma'am, this is the 2nd April today. And till 15th April, the schools are open. Then we'll have 2 months of holiday. You just try to bear this child for the coming 13 days. After vacation, you will find him okay. And the kind of trouble we had taken in the family, kind of hard work we had taken in the family, everybody, even his grandmother, yani my mother, also started some kind of English, though we were very weak at that time. Then everybody spoke English for this 2.5 months, 2 months basically, 2.5 months, because from April to that period, 2 months plus these 15 days. Then now, see, we are striving for that thing since that day, the whole family. Now both the children are such a wonderful speaker that they speak before a crowd of 1,000 people. Mala, my son recently had given 2 lectures to the lovely professional university. His school has invited, St. Columbus has invited him for 2 lectures, where on the very first day he was told he cannot survive there. So whatever you are asking is, it needs a special effort. It needs a hard work. First, if you are not aware, if anybody is not aware what kind of hard work we need to put in, you have to, then he or she has to discuss with you and me or anybody they feel like. But once the advice is received, then action has to be taken on that, na? Serious action. That people are not taking, I tell you.
Yeah, we should take break from the numbers and files and take some time for ourselves.
Yes,
So, what
essential.
connections we want to build in our life? Yeah. Uh,
And what
Great.
to build the relations, then to nurture them. Nurturing the relationship is equally difficult. It's not that easy also. You can start a relation, but to maintain a relation is another serious effort.
Yes, over the years नहीं तो नया जुड़ता जाता है और पिछला छूटता जाता है. बहुत बार
Very
ऐसा हो
correct.
जाता है. If in
Very correct. Very correct.
never nurture.
Like for communication is considered the most important aspect of the life. You know, I would like to share this research. Michigan University conducted a research in which they collected, they identified the most successful people from all over the world in separate areas. I mean, like for example, if they have to find the most successful doctor, so Dr. Trehan was taken, for example. And if you want to take the person from income tax area, say Dr. Girish Ahuja is taken, for example. Am I able to convey my purpose? Michigan University conducted a research wherein they identified the most successful people in separate areas, differentiated areas. And then apart from various other important things, they related to the communication. They asked one thing: if you are allowed to give credit to one single factor for your success, what is that factor? Will you believe more than 70% people said communication skills? And try to mind who were the people, the most successful people in the world. So communication is such an important thing. And even everywhere in the world, the top slot is booked for the person who is communicatively smart. I mean, if say in a group of chartered accountants, if somebody is to be made president, he need to be a smart communicator. Am I right?
Yes, our leaders, RCM and CCMs are good orators.
Yes, orator. So communication is such an important thing. It's always needed. You can teach your any kind of empathy, any kind of sympathy, any kind of matter to your child. Once you are a good communicator, and you can put the importance of communication in its mind. How the interpersonal skills can be mastered. Once it is practiced, na? That's why I recommend singing is most important thing to learn the communication. Because through singing, you learn where to stop, where to emphasize more, where to raise your volume, where to reduce it, where to fluctuate it. That's a part of communication. Well, if you have to teach your child, smile is very important thing in the world. It is. Smile is something which even carry the future also in smiles. The least possible amount is invested on it. Zero amount is invested on smile, and returns are very high. Returns are in the form of opportunities. Returns are in the form of relations. Returns are in the form of connections and the further nurturing it. Smile, only smile, such a small thing. It brings so many opportunities that people can build well, it's a behavioral aspect, na? So these things are to be taught and this to be practiced in the family. So these are the family thing. So a smile is equally important in the profession also. Smile is equally important with the friends also, with the society, within the society itself. So the factors I am discussing are equally applicable to the profession also. You need to be seriously applying all these factors to the real life, in the real life. I'll share. Do you have any other correction? Otherwise, question, I'll have 6-7 points which are very important to my eyes. Very
Yes, sir. We will finish with your presentation and then we will have the remaining questions.
okay. Now let me give you the another statistics. You know, if you want to build new relationship in the world, I mean certain relations you are born with, and father, mother, all those people. But if you want to build new relationship in the world, there is a research which concluded that there is a 81% disappointment with the new relations. So see the importance of the natural relation. See the importance of the old relationships. What people are usually doing, they are ignoring the current relationship and going for the newer one without evaluating the trust, without evaluating the inner self of that person. 81% disappointment. Just go and apply on yourself. If you'll go to your school time, you will see you had 20 friends. And now you are having only 3 or 4 friends because some of them have gone to because of their circumstances, and some of them had disappointed you. Just go and check. And then another research was done in the world. If we two are friend, for example, if I have abused you on one occasion, I have to do the 18 good acts to recover this damage, which is done by one abuse only. Am I able to convey the fact? Pravina?
यस एक्चुअली मतलब कुछ गलती हो जाए तो हमें लगता है हमने एक बार सॉरी कह दिया तो हो गया, लेकिन
नहीं
इट इज
होता
नॉट
वो
लाइक
नहीं
दैट.
होता.
या
तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैंने आपके पापा की बुराई कर दी कुछ, ठीक है. अब इस बुराई के लिए मैं सॉरी बोल दूं और मैं ये समझू मैटर खत्म हो गया, नहीं, दिस इज रॉन्ग. मुझे आपके दिमाग से पूरी तरह से ये डैमेज खत्म करने में मुझे 18 गुड एक्ट करने पड़ेंगे. दिस इज अ इंटरनेशनल रिसर्च. मैंने आपको एक गाली दी, इससे जो आपको अफसोस हुआ, जो आपको बुरा लगा, उस बुराई को कवर करने के लिए मुझे 18 अच्छी अच्छी बातें करनी पड़ेंगी, अच्छे अच्छे काम करने पड़ेंगे. What is the conclusion? I'll never abuse to a person who is in close relation with me. I'll never say wrong thing to that close person, because I have to say, if one day is spent for the wrong thing, I have to invest 18 good days for the recovery. This is very important research. And I think nobody will even resort to any kind of abuse, any kind of bad act within the close circle. And then the most important thing, another, for changing the world, you have to change yourself. Until you change yourself, other person will never change. Love is the biggest tool in the world. You know, once Mother Teresa said, if you want world peace, simply go home and love your family. Simply go home and love your family. These terrorist people don't have the family. That's why they don't understand what Mother Teresa has said. I 100% second the opinion with Mother Teresa. And for further nurturing the relation, हर relation में बचपना maintain होना जरूरी है. Childhood, there should be essentially, it should be involved in any relationship, any connection. Whether it's a professional relation, whether it's a social relation, whether it's a family relation, you have to behave like a child. I'll recite you the merits of a child through a song. It's Gana hai. See, on my recommendation, you all please listen to this one song, Bacche Man Ke Sache. Have you ever listened this? Hello.
Yes, sir. Actually,
You
our
ever listen?
generation must have listened this song.
Yeah, definitely. But now, on my recommendation, listen with the careful ears. You will understand each word. It's $1 million. Every word is $1 million. वो कहता है जी बच्चे क्या चीज है कहते खुद रूठे खुद मन जाए देखो रूठे भी और मन भी जाए बड़ों में नहीं होती है आदत यदि आप मुझसे रूठ गए तो आप मनते नहीं हो जब तक मैं बिल्कुल हाथ पैर ना जोड़ लूं कई दिन खराब ना कर लूं तब तक कुछ नहीं वो कहते हैं खुद रूठे खुद मन जाए फिर हम जोली बन जाए झगड़ा जिसके साथ करें अगले ही पल फिर बात करें इनका किसी से बैर नहीं इनके लिए कोई गैर नहीं इनका भोलापन मिलता है सबको बाह पसारे बच्चे मन के सच्चे देर आर 3 स्टेंजास मेरे कहने पे जितने लोग सुन रहे हैं प्लीज इसको सुने एक बार यू विल फाइंड चाइल्डहुड विद इन योर सेल्फ यू हैव टू रिमेन एज अ चाइल्ड you have to nurture everything as a child when you will respond like a child na other person will also respond like a child and that is the true relationship fairness कहीं कॉस्मेटिक चीज ही नहीं है कहीं बनावट है ही नहीं वो ही चाहिए अल्टीमेटली इन सब चीजों के लिए and now the next point for me is the humor skills in my balance sheet of merits humor is the most important element these stress depression anger these all things can be dealt with humor if you have a good humor and that is a learnable skill again I'll give you one example where I changed my attitude towards humor previously we used to have a humor like ki one person is crying and then 15 people are laughing on him this was the definition of our humor we could have make mockery of an individual by laughing by the 15 people, 16 people, 20 people. I have one date in my heart, 10th January 1985. We had some kind of different group in the college. So from that group, somebody had a birthday on that day. So these 6, 7 people, I think his sister was also there. And then his school friends were also there. I'm talking about college time. We 16, 17 people were also crossing through that corridor. I spoke anything. I don't recall that thing, what I spoke, but that would be so much negative that that person cancelled his birthday, sent everybody back at home, and went to the library and was crying and weeping because of that compliment. Then I went to then somebody told me, Umesh, what have you said about this fellow? I said, kya diya hoga? See the negative overconfidence I'm talking about. I'm just sharing my mistake and how I corrected that. Now that element has become the asset to me these days in my balance sheet of merits. So I went to that. So I was very much ashamed ki yaar, on somebody's birthday, I could have done something good also, but I have done something so bad that he has just cancelled his birthday, sent everybody back, and now sitting in the library and crying. I was so ashamed. ढेरों पानी गिरा मेरे ऊपर. मैं library गया. I went to the library. I saw he sitting in the back table. I sat on the floor. You will surprised to know these are the solutions everybody doesn't get. He was on the chair, opened a book in front on the table, and kept his head on the book and was crying. I sat on the floor and then I touched his feet in the regret, in the apology. He immediately saw who is there. He saw Umesh. So Umesh was the Prem Chopra of that day. I mean, I was a kind of villain. I had spoiled his day. But then he saw, and then after 10 minutes, he picked me up and asked me to sit on the side chair. Then from the core of my heart, I asked for apology. I said, ki, dear Rajesh, I'll change myself for the whole life. I'll never commit these kind of stupidity in the future. Now he is a very good friend of mine, and I have got myself changed. Now to me, fun and humor means when everybody is laughing. Even if a single one person is disturbed, hurt, or crying or weeping, my fun is not fun. My humor is not humor. That's purely a stupidity. So I feel it like an asset, this change in myself. I don't know how the other people take it, but I take it this way. Now, another one is how to manage the anger then. People are not able to manage the anger. Anger, if you take it in the 3 stages, say, my child, I have given a one small slap to my daughter once in a lifetime, and my son has never received a slap from me, and my daughter was never having that in my mind. I remind it for my memory itself, for my correction itself. And she wrote something with the pencil on the wall. So I make her these three. Why 3 step? I am saying, in the first step, I am just asking her to better not to do this. This is bad, with a full love and respect. She did it next time also after 2-3 days. Then I somewhat changed my voice and was a little stern. Then after 2-3 days, she again write something on the wall with the pencil. Then I had to slap. This is the third step. But on the second step, we have to remind her, any child, ki third time you will receive a slap. You have to tell it on the second time itself. And believe me, after that, nothing of that sort has ever happened in the life. I am so proud of my children that way, that they have corrected themselves, and I have corrected myself also. This has become a teaching asset for me. Yes, this kind of correction can be brought in the family, and this relation within the family can be nurtured for the betterment, I would say. Now, for society, these were the things which I have indicated for the families, and many of the factors are applicable to society and profession also. But I'll recite something for. Do I have the time now?
Yes, sir.
So I'll try to finish in 5-10 minutes. So there are practical steps and recommendation for societal changes. I mean, in friendship with the neighbor or other relations. I mean, inter-family bonding. There should be the inter-family bonding through home parties. So I'll tell you the very surprising thing again about me. For my child, I lost my wife 14 years back. After that, I was the mother and father of both of my children. So I used to arrange even the DJ kind of atmosphere in my family, in my house. We used to call my kids friends, and I used to arrange the DJ floor in my drawing room and that musical console. And then after arranging everything in the family for my kids and their friends, I used to go to my friend's house nearby. I used to sleep there so that my children should feel free and should enjoy to the extent possible. So those parties even raise our value in the friends' parents' eyes also. They became close to us. We were a good friend, and collectively we could have done better for the kids. That was the achievement out of that. Otherwise, usually the pampered kids are not listening anything from parents. Availability when needed. Either it is for family thing or social things or professional things, you should always be available whenever you are seriously needed. For example, my partner's son got accidented in Leh Ladakh. He had gone to for a trip. He got accidented. Out of our relationship, out of our nurtured relationship, we had a person, Mr. Bakshi, there in Leh, chartered accountant from Chandigarh basically. I spoke to him. by the time that child was taken to the hospital, he was already sitting there, that friend. That is the kind of relation. And he got everything done. He was operated in the leg, and then all money was paid by this relation, this friend. He didn't take anything from our child, and we, after 7-8 days, on our request, then we sent the money to him. That is the kind of relationship that works, and that is really proudful we have. And now I try to, I'm doing one exercise I would like to share. If you love, you can also adopt. I mean, you list your relations. For example, if you have 100 people in your relationship, good relationship, either friends or relative or anybody. Now, try to reduce this list of 100 to the 50. I mean, lower 50 should be limited to hello, hi. That's all. And upper 50 should be invested 200% of the time, which you saved from the lower 50% people. And you will see the valuable relations are valued, respected, and honored in a different way. And gradually, if whosoever is there in the lower 50, if he feels like that you are ignoring him, he can come, he can discuss, and you can take him to the upper 50 again. It's not any hard rule book. And that way this can be managed. I know, but it's a good relationship, is a payback to the society kind of thing. I have 2 clients with me who are ready to supply the medicine for free of cost to any needy person. That is the social payback. Team with the family and clients and staff. Teaming. You need to build up a wonderful team. That's equally important for the profession also. And this teamwork has even from fun to serious assignments, team are always workable, team are always appreciable, and even for the benefit of themselves and for the client, this is most important thing which can do. And the true friends, selfless, well-wisher friends, which are happiness muskets for you, which I gave the example for the Chandigarh GMCS class. This was for the same reason. Now, if in shortcut I talk about for profession, as I give you the answer for that, disciplined service is the most important thing for a professional upgradation. This is something that your client will become your brand ambassador. He will tell to the world. And then this disciplined service, what happened once day, a Korean company, Hyundai's associated company came to India, and we were among the 8 people who were given the chance to make the presentation. And it was for whether it should come to the India independently as a subordinate to this existing company, or in sharing purposes. We had to make the presentation, which is the form which is to be recommended, in which this company should come to the India. We were careless. Why I'm talking about now disciplined service? We were not disciplined enough. This was a slap on our face that we invested very less time, and our presentation was very poor. The Korean people were there, 3 director level people were there, with the 3 big folders containing 500 approximate sheets in each folder. And then when they asked so many things from us, we were not able to answer suitably. That was a bad service we delivered, and we suffered. We lost the opportunity that day. Now, for nurturing the professional relation, you should always support your client in crisis. See, what happened in our case, there was a individual, Dharmender, he had 2 industries of automobile parts. But he met an accident at Garhmukteshwar. On divider, he hit his car and both the legs were damaged. So he was on the bed for 2 years simultaneously. So we supported him in that period without asking any money. His wife was in trouble. Then gradually she started managing on our recommendation, on our support. She started managing the business, and now she is a wonderful industry. She has opened a third industry also, though the husband is passed away, but she always feels like it was because of our support that she is now in the survival, and kids are also uh, his son has also come to the business now. So anyway, so another thing is give 125%. I call it Savaya policy. To avoid any kind of competition, if you are delivering something extra, something better to your client, then there is no competition. He will only and only come to your organization. He'll get all solution from you. He'll talk all expansion plans with you. For any future plan, they'll come to you. So just give 125% of what is expected from you. Now, for constant improvement in your understanding, you have to study the most successful case also and the failures also. Failures? Why this business, this organization failed? That is equally important. So you need to study and keep your mind ready for providing solution to the clients so that that client relationship is maintained. Guidance and training to the client and the staff on various subjects, on finance basically, on fund flow basically, on tax calculation basically, on GST compliance, any compliance. You can every now and then train their staff or the client himself so that they can deliver it consciously and very in a fine manner so that nothing in the law is broken, right? Then CP hours for the professional nurturing, you need to attend the CP study circles, the webinar like this, seminar, any workshop. If you upgrade, upskill yourself, you are valued by your clients more. And that is the support for the enhancing business profession rather that way. And some kind of reward system. Like we chartered accountant initially, we had to serve certain clients. For that purpose, one CA has to take the support of another CA. So we developed for that kind of consortium within our team. That if we two people are performing anything and saving, for example, 50,000 rupees out of that transaction, 20% of that amount was kept separately for our pleasure trips. I mean, 50,000 earned by both of us. Then we used to keep 10,000 separately. And whenever we felt comfortably, we used to go on a pleasure trips to outstation, to all is this. We had a wonderful relationship, even family relationship. Even the children of both the families are well mingled and they are respecting one another too much. So that is another way if we develop a reward system within any group. Right? Now, for the sake of saying it's well understood, everything, I have given you so many steps, so many recommendations. Initially, everything seems difficult. It is well said, everything is difficult before it's easy. Once you take the step, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, it becomes gradually easy. That you can easily practice, easily adopt, you can easily share with your family, and then you can see the result, right? Even if you want to close a relationship, if some relationship is not suitable up to your understanding and all, and you want to close it because the concerned person is not responding in a way you expect. So what you can simply do is, what I do is, I have discarded with the 3 people in the life. I call them for a final meeting, giving advance notice. This meeting is for the detachment. We are no longer going to be the friends. You come and sit for once so that no doubt, I mean, no confusion is taken forward. So we sit together. I discuss because of these 3, 4, 2 reasons, I am not able to continue this relationship. Do you want to change or you want to say anything? If any viable thing is there, I want to change. So that meeting itself clarifies that this person is worth my relationship or not. I close the issue. So closure should be in a ceremonial manner. It's not should be like I stop talking, I stop doing, and just without any clarity for the closure. So it's again a very important thing that we have the 24 hours during the day. We have 24 hours in a day. So it's not about having time, it's about making time. If you are more productive and more capable, that means you have made a time, not that you had an extra time. Everybody has 24 hours during the day. And then, and it is also very equally important that you yourself deserve the most. You want to do so many things for others, for family members, for professionals, for staff, for social things, but no. Before that, you must do very important, crucial thing for yourself. Very important thing for yourself. It's another saying that for all the reasons, for family members, you are the last one. For profession, you are the last one. You keep yourself on the last pedestal, which is not healthy. You have to do it for yourself. And another fact is that if you want to share the happiness, you need to be happy with it from within. Like, very simple example is this: if you want to share the toffees with the whole world, you need to have the toffees in your pocket. Without that, you cannot share. So you need to be happy within yourself. You need to nurturing your understanding also. You need to understand what a relation is. You need to understand. You need to have that kind of happiness within yourself. What after connection and what after nurturing of the connections you are gaining. And this is my personal understanding. I am not very religious in the religious form, but I feel because God has never come before me, I have not seen the God. But I see the God element in every relation I have. I see the God in Parveena. I see the God in Mupalla sir. I see the God in my son, my daughter, Priyambada. These are all the particle of gods. So when I understand that as God, then I respect them. And I do the wonderful thing for them. And I'm very proud and happy about that thing too. And to me, I make balance sheet of merit. Everybody should make balance sheet of merit so that he should value the other elements also, other than financial element also, which are very meaningful, which are very supportive to the whole family, to the all individuals, especially to the spouse. If we want to make ourselves more meaningful and more useful, more filling for my life partner, then the whole world can be well managed. I say this, and with these words, I want to just conclude and call for action, and that is, पर है तो परवाज कर, तू भी है इस जहां में नाज कर, छू लेगा तू भी वो बुलंदियां, थोड़ा दम लगा, थोड़ा रियाज कर, और चुप रहेगा तो सुनेगा कौन, चाहिए दवा तो आवाज कर, और रिस जाएगा ये वक्त रेत सा। परवीना, रिस जाएगा ये वक्त रेत सा, जो करना है आज कर, जो करना है आज कर, जो करना है आज कर। Thank you, Pravina. Thank you, Priyambada. And thank you, Muluppa sir. Thank you.
Vas, thank you very much for that enlightening and heartfelt session. You are beautifully reminded us that behind every balance sheet is a human being, and behind every ledger there lies a connection waiting to be nurtured. To all our attendees, I encourage you to take today's insights and consciously apply them. Start a conversation, listen without judgment, show up with empathy, because in the end, relationships are the real assets we built over time. We hope you find the insights meaningful and discussion enriching. To help us improve and serve you better in the future, we request you to take 2 minutes to fill up the feedback form shared in the link. Thank you very much. And I personally thank the Work-Life Balance Committee for giving me opportunity to participate in such a wonderful session and have a new connection with Umesh Verma sir. Thank you very much. It is such an insightful session, and participants are also actively participate by putting their questions in the chat.
Great.
Please
Any question left for
fill
me?
feedback form.
Any other question left for me?
Yeah, actually, the question is how have your family and personal relationship helped you in your professional success? We
Right.
want to share your success story.
Very important, truly. Because I used to spend, say, till 11 o'clock in the family in the morning. And in the evening, well, during the day was the professional time. And after 6:30, I used to spend some time with my friend, my didi, my neighbor. I evening 1.5 hour. So I think I made a wonderful balance in that. And when you go well satisfied from the home to any kind of meeting with the client is in a very receptive mode. And whenever you are satisfied and sitting in the office, you are in a receptive mode. And that is very crucially important to me, that you are listening somebody with the total intent, with the wonderful intent, because you are satisfied. If you have the disturbance, if say your son is not working as per you, or son has not secured the marks you expected him to be, you will be disturbed. You will disturb about the thinking what will be his or her future. And if somebody is there ill in the family, psychologically ill, if you are not treating, if the family is not providing that atmosphere, that psychologically everybody is healthy. But you see, if the unhealthy atmosphere at the home, you cannot deal anything else in the world with the satisfaction. This is the most important aspect. And in the family, say for example, whenever in the crisis in Chennai, one time there was a some kind of tufan was there in Chennai. My wife was also there with me. She made food for 32 people. And it is usually I don't see, the partner can always say you can call from hotel, you can order from the hotel and everything. But no, even the hotel were closed. So it was out of compulsion a bit. We prepared that meal. I served that meal. We ate after everybody ate. So that gave me the satisfaction. My staff is always, recommend that thing. Ki, sir, that was happened. That was a very pleasant moment we spent in the time of our. So having good relationship means whatever, say, even if we are coming home, it was a activity of mine. Say after having bad discussion with the client or some payment deduction from the client, if I'm coming to home, my singing habit helped me so much. I never entered my house with a tension. I'm so lucky that way, Parveena. Usually the wives doesn't say this, but my wife used to say to a crowd even, ki my husband never come home with the tensions. Because I had a solution with me. Ki in the way, while I'm coming from client's office or my own office, if I was disturbed, I had a pain in my mind, I'll recite certain songs, 2, 3 songs. And with that, I'm coming home with the no tension. Even my children till date, you can talk with them. I get this kind of recommendation. And that is from the family atmosphere. It's not like that you can buy from some market. You are doing something in the family. Like for anger, I told you the 3-stage story. If you can maintain those 3 stages, you will never have the anger. So it's from the family atmosphere, family activities, family procedures you adopted. You will deal the clients accordingly, and they'll appreciate such positive response from your side. That's only and only possible because of the healthy family atmosphere. That's all.
Thank you very much for such a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Work-Life Balance Committee, for giving me this opportunity. Now we are closing the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Parveena. Thank you.
Yeah. Every
Premada.
Friday we are having such session
Yes.
by Work-Life Balance Committee.
Thank you. Thank you to the whole team. Thank you, Premada.
Thank you everyone for attending the session. Thanks Umesh sir, as well as thanks Praveena ma'am for such wonderful and interactive and thoughtful session. All the participants are requested to please fill the feedback form as well. We'll take all these initiatives again in future also. Thank you so much for attending the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.